The kingdom of Aeloria was once a beacon of peace and prosperity. Nestled amidst towering mountains and shimmering rivers, it was a land where magic flowed freely. But those days were long gone. A shadow had fallen upon Aeloria. The evil sorcerer Kaelthorn had seized control, shrouding the kingdom in darkness. Yet even in the darkest of times, hope flickered like a candle in the wind. An ancient prophecy spoke of a forgotten warrior, a hero who would rise to challenge Kaelthorn's tyranny. The prophecy was vague, but it offered a glimmer of hope to the oppressed people of Aeloria. They clung to the belief that one day their savior would emerge from the shadows. They whispered his name in hushed tones, a name lost to time: Héros. Little did they know the prophecy was about to unfold. Destiny had a way of making itself known, even in the most unexpected of places. For in the heart of the Whisperwood Forest, a young man named Héros was about to embark on a journey that would change his life and the fate of Aeloria forever. The Whisperwood Forest was a place of ancient trees and hidden magic. It was here that Héros had spent his entire life, raised by the forest itself, or so he believed. He had no memory of his parents or his life before the forest. His only companions were the whispering trees, the playful sprites, and the watchful eyes of the forest creatures. Héros was a skilled hunter and tracker, his senses honed by years of living in the wild. He could move through the forest with the stealth of a panther and the grace of a deer. He knew the secrets of the woods as well as he knew his own name, but his heart yearned for more. He felt a restlessness within him, a longing for something he couldn't quite grasp. One day, while tracking a stag through the heart of the Whisperwood, Héros stumbled upon a clearing unlike any he had ever seen. In the center stood a towering oak, its branches reaching towards the heavens like gnarled fingers. As he drew closer, he heard a voice, soft yet insistent, calling his name. The voice led him to the base of the ancient oak. There, seated on a moss-covered stone, was an old man with eyes that seemed to hold the wisdom of the ages. His long white beard flowed down to his waist, and he wore robes of forest green. This was Maelor, the last of the ancient druids and the keeper of the forgotten prophecy. Maelor had been waiting for Héros, guided by the whispers of the forest. He knew that this young man, with his courage and determination, was the chosen one, the forgotten warrior destined to liberate Aeloria from Kaelthorn's grasp. Héros, Maelor began, his voice deep and resonant. You are not who you think you are. You are destined for great things, but first you must learn the truth of your past. And so began Héros' true training. Maelor taught him about the history of Aeloria, about the prophecy, and about his own forgotten lineage. He revealed to Héros that he was the last descendant of the ancient kings of Aeloria, hidden away in the forest for his own protection. With each passing day, Héros grew stronger, his skills honed to a razor's edge. Maelor taught him not only the art of war, but also the importance of compassion, justice, and wisdom. He awakened within Héros the dormant magical abilities that were his birthright, the legacy of his royal bloodline. The time had come for Héros to embrace his destiny. Maelor, with a heavy heart, bid him farewell, knowing that their paths would not cross again. Go now, Héros, he said. Aeloria needs you. Your people need you. Claim your birthright and fulfill the prophecy. Armed with his newfound knowledge and abilities, Héros set out from the familiar embrace of the Whisperwood. His journey would take him to the heart of Aeloria, to the capital city that lay under Kaelthorn's iron rule. The journey was fraught with danger. Kaelthorn's spies and creatures of darkness lurked everywhere. But Héros pressed onward, his resolve strengthened by the hope he carried with him. He had to reach the capital, to rally the resistance and face Kaelthorn. The fate of Aeloria rested on his shoulders. He would not fail them. As he journeyed, he encountered others who had suffered under Kaelthorn's rule. Farmers whose lands had been seized, merchants whose businesses had been ruined, families torn apart by the sorcerer's cruelty. Each encounter fueled Héros' determination to liberate Aeloria. After weeks of perilous travel, Héros reached the outskirts of the capital city. It was a shadow of its former glory. Gone were the bustling markets, the joyous laughter of children, the vibrant tapestry of life. In their place were fear, oppression, and the ever-present gaze of Kaelthorn's guards. Héros knew he couldn't just waltz into the city. He needed a plan, a way to reach the people and ignite the flames of rebellion. He sought refuge in the city's underground, a network of tunnels and hidden chambers that had once served as a meeting place for artisans and traders. It was there, amidst the crumbling walls and faded murals, that Héros stumbled upon the hidden chamber of his ancestors. As he gazed upon the ancient tapestries and the chronicles of his lineage, memories long dormant flickered to life. He remembered his parents, their love for him, and the fateful night Kaelthorn had stormed the palace. He remembered being spirited away by his loyal guards, his escape into the Whisperwood, his life as Héros, the forgotten prince. The weight of his lineage, the responsibility of his birthright settled upon his shoulders. But it did not crush him. It empowered him. He was Héros, son of kings, heir to a legacy of courage and compassion. He would not let his people down.